It's a cruel world out there. It's hard to know who to trust. Seems like around every corner there's another hoaxster, jokester, or cloakster. In the end, one thing I've learned is the only person you can trust is yourself. But don't take my word for it. See for yourself with Word Hoax, the game of verbal cloaks, jokes, and master strokes. It'll make you lie to your mama, but don't worry, she's probably not playing this round. Here's your host, Tom Sherman. Wow, thank you all for joining Word Hoax, the game of verbal cloaks, jokes, and master strokes. I'm your host, Tom Sherman. We have an exciting game of Word Hoax for you tonight. Let's go right ahead and meet our contestants. First and foremost here, not just Kit's best friend forever. Welcome back to the stage, Kit's BFF. Also playing tonight, we have Hello Kitty. Will you be hoaxed or hoaxed? That is the question. Also, we have Pete, who, as we all know, Pete is just here to take down Baggins. And although we don't know, Baggins, I believe, is on his way, but we do have playing as well Alphabot, that wily AI algorithm created by Story Squad. So let me see here. Let me drop the link in the chat here for everybody to log into the Word Hoax game. Now, for the viewers at home, nothing in today's game is scripted. Alphabot is powered by GPT-3, which, as we all know, is a autoregressive language model using deep learning to produce human-like text. And neither Alphabot nor any of our contestants know the prompts I'm about to reveal. Let's see. Herb alert. We have a Herb alert here. Decked out in ball cap and swim goggles.
I'm ready for everything.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to see you here. Let's see. We also have Colin F joining and Baggins as well. So we have a full crew of humans in, as well as AI algorithms. So again, I'm dropping the link here in the chat for you all to click that and log in, and we can start playing some Word Hoax. Let's see. So here's how we play. I'm going to read a word, a person's name or movie title, and then you, the contestants, will have about a minute to submit a fake answer for the prompt that sounds plausible enough to be real. So no Googling is allowed. Try to keep it PG-13. We are a family show here, folks. And otherwise, let's just get this show on the road. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 people in, and that's out of 7, so that's pretty good numbers. I'm going to load in the first word of the night, and for the first round, you will have 60 seconds, and you will be defining a word. So let me make sure I load this word in properly, and we will be well on our way to playing Word Hoax. All right. So 60 seconds on the clock. The word is vimvam. Vimvam is the word. What does that mean? You've got 60 seconds to come up with that definition starting now. What is vimvam? Think of NFTs like keys to the future. Right now, as humans, we interact with businesses and organizations much like ants might their queen, slaving away day in and day out for resources to give to the queen so that she may survive. NFTs turn this one-directional relationship into a community partnership. Owning NFTs of organizations will allow those owners special perks like early access to future products, exclusive content behind paywalls, and access to the inner community. Not only that, but NFTs are transferable, allowing owners to sell at a premium, which in turn appreciate all other NFTs held by community members. So NFTs are part art, part online identity, part admission to a virtual country club, part crypto speculation, part generational wealth, and and all real, baby. Great. We got all the definitions in, so let's go ahead and read our options for Bim Bam. I'm going to read through these definitions twice. Listen carefully for the correct one. Bim Bam. Number 1, the circular bend in a safety pin. Number 2, a part of the word vomit. Number 3, noun, a temporary period of time or state of being of particular annoyance or disgruntlement. Number 4, a loud racket. Number 5, a style of furniture making that does not use nails or screws. Number 6, a method of slow cooking meats similar to sous vide, which used principally in the Middle East. Number 7, linguistics term describing a kind of primitive guttural speaking with a few clauses and phrases per sentence. And number 8, a curve on a Formula One track that requires drivers to shift all the way down to first gear. So those are your options for Vim Vam. Number 1, the circular bend in a safety pin. Number 2, a part of the word vomit. Number 3, noun, a temporary period of time or state of being of particular annoyance or disgruntlement. Number 4, a loud racket. Number 5, a style of furniture making that does not use nails or screws. Number 6, a method of slow cooking meats similar to sous vide, used principally in the Middle East. Number 7, linguistics term describing a kind of a primitive guttural speaking with few clauses and phrases per sentence. And number 8, a curve on a Formula One track that requires drivers to shift all the way down to first gear. So those are your options for Vim Vam. A strong start here from the contestants. And let's see, the computer has selected Pete. You get the honors here tonight. What are you thinking of these definitions?
I'm thinking they're all quite difficult to choose among. Having said that, you have to choose something. So I'm going with number 4 for no good reason.
Number 4 for no good reason, a loud racket. Pete kind of making a Vim Vam here, if that is the real definition. Given a big long, no explanation needed. So let's see if that'll play in Peoria, as they say. Halo Kitty, over to you here. What are you thinking of the definitions?
I think I'm gonna go with what Pete said, but I was thinking I did have a reason for it. So yeah, a loud racket.
What is the reason? I mean, you don't have to say it. I mean,
it's I don't know. It's just catchy, like argy bargy.
All right, fair enough. Vim Vam, a catchy word with a catchy definition, a loud racket. Seems like that makes sense. Kit's BFF, over to you. Are you going with the crowd so far, or are you going somewhere else here?
Yeah, it's really hard. I'm between 1 and 4, but I don't want to bunch up on 4, so I'll say number 1.
Doesn't want to go with the crowd, and so instead picking the circular bend in a safety pin. Seems like a safe pick. Let's see if that is what a Vim Vam is. Herb Alert, what are you thinking here? You're prepared for anything. Are you prepared for a Vim Vam?
I am tempted to go on the Pete train. Choo choo! But I think I'm going with number 5, the woodworking term.
Interesting. A style of furniture making that does not use nails or screws. At the last minute, veering off of the Pete track. What is that? A switch? You just hit a switch at the station at the last minute, and you've been sidetracked. Interesting stuff. Do you have any inside knowledge? Do you have some Vim Vam furniture that you're using tonight?
I've heard of that style of furniture, and the term sounds familiar. I'm not positive. I do not have high confidence here.
Yeah, well, I mean, this isn't a game of high confidence. This is a game of hoaxes, cloakses, and master strokeses. So, fair enough. Let's see. On to our next guess, and that is from Alphabot. Let's take a look here, see what Alphabot has to guess.
I'm going to go with a method of slow cooking meats, similar to sous vide, used principally in the Middle East. Because, this is so specific.
The specificity of sous videing some meats specifically in the Middle East gets Alphabot's vote, and that is number 6. So interesting, if not delicious. Squidward, here we are. What are you thinking?
Squidward thinks number 7, the linguistics term, particularly because it sounds kind of like and I'm blanking on the actual linguistics term, but words like pop or boil, like they sound like what they are. I guess it sounds linguistic in nature. Sounds like an author would use the word vim vam. I actually
Sorry, no wait, I hit mute. It said the sound. It sounds like the word you were searching for was vim vam, for pop and all that.
yeah.
Imagine if the timing was right and I didn't hit mute. Everyone would have laughed. We would have had a good time with that joke. But no.
Alphabot
Yeah.
was laughing.
So interesting. Going with linguistics term describing a primitive guttural speaking with few clauses and phrases per sentence, because it sounds like a linguistic term, and blanking on what the actual linguistic term you thought it might be. Interesting stuff here. Baggins, where are you landing here? Here we are at the end of the round. Your point, your guess doesn't really matter. You can't win the game.
It's onomatopoeia. If it's onomatopoeia,
Mm-hmm.
it's Vim Vam, the deceleration in the Formula One. 8, Tom, 8.
A curve on a see. This isn't onomatopoeia. This is describing a curve on a Formula One track that requires drivers to shift all the way down to first gear.
Attention.
So it's not
8. Conflate. 8 conflate.
not the noise of. It's not that noise. It's just what they call that part of the track.
Doesn't matter how you get to the right answer. It just matters that you get there.
Fair enough. So you watch a lot of Formula One.
All day, every day. Vim Vam.
That's what it sounds like. All right, we've got our guesses in. Let's get some honorable mentions. Squidward with noun, a temporary period of time or state of being of particular annoyance or disgruntlement. And Alphabot, a part of the word vomit. Both good options, although unfortunately not getting any votes. Pete, meanwhile, getting Alphabot's vote with a method of slow cooking meats similar to sous vide, used principally in the Middle East. Kit's BFF getting a vote from arch nemesis Herb Alert with a style of furniture making that does not use nails or screws. Meanwhile, Halo Kitty getting a point from Kit's BFF with the circular bend and a safety pin. Herb Alert getting a point from Baggins with a curve on a Formula One track that requires drivers to shift all the way down to first gear. And then Baggins getting a point from Squidward with linguistics term describing a kind of primitive guttural speaking with few clauses and phrases per sentence. And then that leaves the real definition voted on by Pete and Halo Kitty. Vim Vam is a loud racket. So congratulations there. Starting off the guessing with those two and reaping the benefits, because it seems like everybody just kind of swapped points around. Here we have Pete and Halo Kitty tied at the top of the scoreboard. Kit's BFF, Herb Alert, and Baggins all coming in with a point. Alphabot and Squidward both looking to get on the board, but plenty of time left on the night to get just do that.
Hunter.
So,
wait,
was,
there were two. I want to put some commentary in. There were
Yeah.
two about curvatures. Vim Vam means curvature both on a safety pin and a track. That's kind of extraordinary.
That is pretty good. Didn't see that one coming. There was also another one that
You saying it's a curveball, Tom? You saying it's a curveball? Sorry.
No, that's it. Any other observations from the
This
crowd?
is a replay of last week's scoreboard, by the way.
Oh yeah, that I did want to bring that up. Halo Kitty and Pete deadlocked neck and neck here. Last week they went all the way to the third round, and Halo Kitty won the tiebreaker, which in the third round is whoever submits the definition first. So looks like another classic. Cue this up on Word Hoax Live Classics in a couple years, folks, and I mean you're not going to be disappointed. I'll tell you that. All right, let's move on to round 2 here, which is the biography. And so we're going to add a little more time to the clock. We're going to give 90 seconds, and we're going to load in a person for you to define their biography. So I'm going to say this is a person here, and 90 seconds on the clock. Who was J.A. Sutter? Who was J.A. Sutter? You'll start that journey right now. Who were they? What is their claim to fame? And why are you writing a biography about them right now? Look, I know what you're thinking. How do I play this game? Get in on these NFTs. Quit my corporate job. Well, let me tell you, it's easy. We run 2 competitions daily. Word Hoax, which you're currently watching, and Clash of the Pencils, a 1-page story contest where the internet public picks the winner each night. Both are a quick creative workout to get your mind right during the day, not to mention the fame, glory, and NFTs. If you're interested in playing either of these games, reach out to me, Tom Sherman, in one of the following ways. On social media, send me a DM in Twitter at ShermQ5 or at Story Squad HQ. Give us both a follow while you're there. If you're watching on the Facebook stream, send me a message. Other contact methods include any other way you can think of reaching me, up to but not exclusively playing 6 Degrees of Tom Sherman, smoke signals, and of course, skywriting. All right, everybody has just come in under the wire. Who was J.A. Sutter? Here are your options. Number 1, a Barnum and Bailey circus performer who is believed to be the first person shot out of a cannon during a live performance. Number 2, J.A. Sutter was the founder, owner, and president of Sutter Home Wine Brands. He accumulated the bulk of his fortune by cornering the airplane minibar market and providing cheap and flavorful options. Number 3, born in 1862, this maitre d' is credited as the creator of the Waldorf salad in 1896. Number 4, the birth name of the rapper and actor Ja Rule. Number 5, born in the Holy Roman Empire, Sutter lost his fortune after gold was discovered on his California property. Number 6, Sutter was born in Brooklyn in 1956. He was an integral part of the East Coast hip-hop scene in the 1980s and performed all along the East Coast. He was gunned down outside a nightclub in 1999 as part of a mob hit, Drive-By. R.I.P. Number 7, the oldest known boy. He was born in 1820 and died in 1878. Sorry, I don't know why that's so funny to me. Number 8, the official American gardener-in-chief responsible for planting the first rooftop garden atop the White House under the direction of Michelle Obama. Jeremy came under fire when his tomatoes were found to be non-organic. Wow. What definitions we have here for J.A. Sutter. Number 1, a Barnum and Bailey circus performer who is believed to be the first person shot out of a cannon during a live performance. Number 2, Sutter was the founder, owner, and president of Sutter Home Wine Brands. He accumulated the bulk of his fortune by cornering the airplane minibar market and providing cheap and flavorful options. Number 3, born in 1862, this maitre d' is credited as the creator of the Waldorf salad in 1896. Number 4, the birth name of the rapper and actor Ja Rule. Number 5, born in the Holy Roman Empire, Sutter lost his fortune after gold was discovered on his California property. Number 6, Sutter was born in Brooklyn in 1956. He was an integral part of the East Coast hip-hop scene in the 1980s and performed all along the East Coast. He was gunned down outside a nightclub in 1999 as part of a mob hit drive-by. R.I.P. Number 7, the oldest known boy. He was born in 1820 and died in 1878. And number 8, the official American gardener-in-chief responsible for planting the first rooftop garden atop the White House under the direction of Michelle Obama, Jeremy, came under fire when his tomatoes were found to be non-organic. Wow, so those are your options here. Going to take a look at the leaderboard. Pete, you are currently atop the leaderboard. That means you get first pick here on the biographies. What are you thinking?
This is like throwing darts. The RIP in the end of number 6 is very intriguing. Having said that, I'm going to go with number 5 for no good reason.
Going with number 5, quite the roundabout turn from a East Coast hip hop rapper, part of a mob hit drive-by, R.I.P. Instead, going with born in the Holy Roman Empire, Sutter lost his fortune after gold was discovered on his California property. That's more of the West Coast rapping scene, don't you think? All right. Hey, Halo Kitty, you're here tied neck and neck with Pete. What are you thinking?
So as much as I want to know what Ja Rule feels like at a time like this, I am going to go. I have to go with Pete again. Like, I think we're just on the same wavelength.
Interesting.
Sutter sounds right. Sutter's Mill, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Going with Pete. Also, cloaking Pete's thinking about the other rap-themed answer with Ja Rule's birth name. But in the end, going with born in the Holy Roman Empire, Sutter lost his fortune after gold was discovered on his California property. Over to, let's see here, Kit's BFF in third on the board, so third up this round. What are you thinking?
I'm going with number 1, the first guy to get shot out of a cannon.
A Barnum and Bailey circus performer believed to be the first person shot out of a cannon during a live performance. Now, this is the same tactic you took last round as well, where you did not go with Pete and Halo Kitty, instead opting for definition number 1. You think this is going to pan out any better?
Well, I regret not doing it first round, but I like that answer, and I think the one they picked this one is not good. So
fair enough.
But probably not.
Fair. Let's see. Going over to Herbalert. Herbalert, what are you thinking?
So there's so many good choices here. I like, there's this rap theme which has me thinking like you go the rap way. That like the tomatoes one actually really caught my attention. But like that, I mean, the organic, not organic, it just, I don't know, it lost me. So I'm going with number, I think it's 6, the one that you were laughing about. It just, for the, just
number 7.
There was 7.
The oldest known boy. He was born in 1820 and died in 1878. Yeah, I don't know. That gets me every time.
The oldest known boy. It's so like descriptive and perfect.
And he was 58 years old. I mean, who knew that was the oldest known boy in history?
Yes.
And like, maybe it's a Benjamin Button thing. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. I just find it comical. But seriously, great answer. Great answer, Herbalert. And I think you'll do well with that. All right, moving on to Baggins. You have a point. What are you thinking here?
It's 2. It's 2 is 2 is one of the best biographies we've ever had. I want to watch that movie.
The founder, owner, and president of Sutter Home Wine Brands, he accumulated the bulk of his fortune by cornering the airplane minibar market and providing cheap and flavorful options. So when you're on planes, are you normally going for wine when they
No, but I want
bring
to
the
see
cart
that
by?
PowerPoint deck. I want to see the management consultant PowerPoint deck for like, here's the niche.
I'm positive there actually is a Sutter like branded wine, I think, or Sutter Homes or
go.
something. Yeah, it's real.
Well, I mean, and you know, there's nothing better in a game of word hoax than a finely cloaked master stroke. So that's that's what it's all about in the end. So let's see if that's where we are. Squidward, you need a point to get on the board. What are you thinking here?
It's never a good day when you're tied with the AI, let me tell you. But I think I'm gonna go with. Oh man, you see, it's a tie between the Waldorf salad, just because I mean, of course, I mean who?
Yeah, I mean, no explanation needed.
Right.
I mean, hey,
Right, of course. I mean, A, of
I've
course,
had a
there was an
Waldorf salad.
inventor of the Waldorf salad, and B, of course, he would want credit claimed for himself. But then Ja Rule also just kind of sounds, you know, kind of sounds
Again,
right because
no
J.A.,
explanation needed. Yeah.
Josh, you know. But I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Ja Rule.
Going with Ja Rule. The birth name of the rapper and actor Ja Rule. Fair enough. Intriguing. I've followed your logic all the way down the rabbit hole. So I'm on your team here. I'm hoping it's kind of gonna come through for you. Let's see what Alphabet.
I'm going to
decided
go
pick.
with J.A. Sutter was born in Brooklyn in 1956. He was an integral part in the East Coast hip-hop scene in the 1980s and performed all along the East Coast. He was gunned down outside a nightclub in 1999 as part of a mob hit Drive-A-Bee. Because he is a true pioneer and deserves a lot of credit for the cultural impact he had on American society.
Wow.
Say that about Ja Rule too.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, who knew? Who knew the Brooklyn rapper from the East Coast was such an integral part of American society? Alphabet knew. So let's submit these guesses and see what's going on. Honorable mentions for Halo Kitty. Born in 1862, this maitre d' is credited as the creator of the Waldorf salad in 1896, almost getting Squidward's vote, although unfortunately, Ja Rule was just a little more intriguing. Also, Baggins getting an honorable mention for the official American gardener in chief responsible for planting his first rooftop garden atop the White House under the direction of Michelle Obama. Jeremy came under fire when his tomatoes were found to be non organic. And it was that last line that seemed non-organic to Herb Alert, and Herb Alert steering away from the garden. Not gonna find his herbs in that garden patch tonight. All right, let's see. People getting votes. Squidward getting a vote from Baggins for the founder, owner, and president of Sutter Home Wine Brands. He accumulated the bulk of his fortune by cornering the airplane minibar market and providing cheap and flavorful options. Let's see. Pete getting a vote from Kit's BFF, Barnum and Bailey circus performer, believed to be the first person shot out of a cannon during a live performance. Kit's BFF getting a vote from Squidward, the birth name of the rapper and actor Ja Rule. Let's see. Herb Alert, meanwhile, getting a vote from Alphabet. Sutter, born in 1956 in Brooklyn, an integral part of the East Coast hip-hop scene in the 1980s, performed all along the East Coast. He was gunned down outside a nightclub in 1999 as part of a mob hit drive-by, R.I.P. And then Herb Alert giving it right back to Alphabet with a vote for the oldest known boy. He was born in 1820 and died in 1878. And then the real definition voted on by Pete and Halo Kitty for J.A. Sutter, Born in the Holy Roman Empire, Sutter lost his fortune after gold was discovered on his California property. So let's see here. I've got a picture of this guy. So yeah, basically, long story short, is he wanted to build an agricultural empire, and they discovered gold, and he was like, "Oh shoot, don't tell anybody about this." And then some guy brought the gold to like San Francisco and got drunk and told everybody about it on the way, and then and then started the gold rush and ruined the guy's agricultural plans. He went bankrupt. He went bankrupt because of the gold. Can't make that stuff up. It's,
No winery for him.
no winery at all. Although I do wonder if there's some sort of connection. We'll have to look into that over the next 24 to 48 hours. So let's see. Scoreboard, Pete with another 2-point round on top of the scoreboard with 4 points. Halo Kitty still in striking distance with 3. Kit's BFF and Herb Alert both putting up 2 points or another point each to get to 2 points apiece. Alphabot, Squidward, and Baggins all tied with 1 point apiece. And as Squidward said, it's never a good day when you're tied with the AI. I won't tell Alphabot you said that, though. That will be for the AI to determine on its own. Anyways, as we all know, I mean, none of that really matters because this is the round where it's all going to be determined. Easy to get 4 or 5 points all in one swoop here. And we're playing with a movie title. So I am going to give you the name of a movie, and then you will then write a plot out for it over the next 120 seconds. That is 2 minutes time. So let's see. We've got it all loaded up and 120 seconds on the clock. The movie title that you need to write a plot for is Flypaper. What is Flypaper about? You have 2 minutes starting now. This is for all the marbles, folks. I don't know what to say, really. When you get old in life, you find out life is this game of words. I mean, the difference between winning and losing here is so small. One adjective too late or too early, you don't quite describe it. One plot line too slow, too fast, you don't hook your readers. The words we need are everywhere around us. They're in every story, every setting, every sentence. On this app, we fight for each word. On this app, we tear our rough drafts to pieces for that word. We claw with our fingernails for that word. Because we know when we add up all those words, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. And that's what living is. The 6 words in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look into the mirror, look into your eyes. And I think you're going to see an author willing to go get that word with you. That's Clash of the Pencils, folks. That's all it is. Touching stuff there. 30 seconds left. Alphabot and Halo Kitty in. And I guess that's important to remember. Kit's BFF now in as well. That is the tiebreaker. So if it comes down to it, Halo Kitty owning the tiebreaker, Kit's BFF, and then Pete. Squidward, Baggins, Herb Alert, all not in yet with 5 seconds left. But one way or another, we know they're going to get it. There we go. All 3 all at once. Almost suspicious, but they're probably not looking at each other's monitors, I assume. Flypaper is the word. Here are our options. Number 1, Russian government officials are caught in a corruption scandal which threatens to start a nuclear war. Number 2, a man is convinced that the flypaper he keeps in his home is causing his flypaper to go uneaten. With the help of his wife, he must take a closer look at the flypaper to see if it's the real culprit. Number 3, a package thief gets more than he bargained for in this short film. winner of the Best Animated Short at the 1994 Tribeca Film Festival. Number 4, a 2017 historical documentary banned in China detailing the decade-long Chinese Civil War between 1927 and 1937 between the nationalist and communist forces jockeying for control over Taiwan. Number 5, a teen tries to win the paper airplane world championship to save his family's house. Number 6, Sue was a handsome, successful businessman leading a life in the fast lane. During a work trip, he meets Grant at a hotel bar. Fast forward months later, Sue and Grant have kept in touch and realize they love one another and need to find a way to see one another again. Number 7, a man caught in the middle of 2 robberies at the same bank at the same time tries to protect the teller he's secretly in love with. And number 8, the sequel to the classic movie starring Jeff Goldblum, The Fly, Fly Paper, follows the story of a young man turned housefly and his desperate attempts to escape the horrors of his suburban home, riddled with fly traps set out by none other than his own mother. Those are your options for Fly Paper. Let's read them again. Number 1, Russian government officials are caught in a corruption scandal which threatens to start a nuclear war. Number 2, a man is convinced that the flypaper he keeps in his home is causing his flypaper to go uneaten. With the help of his wife, he must take a closer look at the flypaper and see if it is the real culprit. Number 3, a package thief gets more than he bargained for in this short film, winner of the Best Animated Short at the 1994 Tribeca Film Festival. Number 4, a 2017 historical documentary banned in China detailing the decade-long Chinese Civil War between 1927 and 1937 between the nationalist and communist forces jockeying for control over Taiwan. Number 5, a teen tries to win the paper airplane world championship to save his family's house. Number 6, Sue was a handsome, successful businessman leading a life in the fast lane. During a work trip, he meets Grant at a hotel bar. Fast forward months later, Sue and Grant have kept in touch and realize they love one another and need to find a way to see one another again. Number 7, a man caught in the middle of 2 robberies at the same bank at the same time tries to protect the teller he's secretly in love with. And number 8, the sequel to the classic movie starring Jeff Goldblum, The Fly, Fly Paper, follows the story of a young man turned housefly and his desperate attempts to escape the horrors of his suburban home riddled with fly traps set out by none other than his own mother. Those are your options for Fly Paper. And so let's see. We are starting with Pete atop the leaderboard with 4 points, a slim 1-point margin. What are you thinking here about these movies?
I'm thinking I'd really like Halo Kitty to go first so that I could choose her answer.
Tough bananas.
I have no idea. I'm just going to go with number 3.
Going with number 3, a package thief gets more than he bargained for in this short film, winner of the Best Animated Short at the 1994 Tribeca Film Festival. Let's see if that pays off. Going to Halo Kitty, who Pete wished he could have followed this round. What are you thinking here? Do you think you have an advantage going second, actually, and being a point down?
I feel like this is the time I need to separate myself, because if I'm going to take the points, I gotta make a bold move. Mm-hmm. I think the bank robbery. Nothing like a bank robbery and a love story, like Dog Day Afternoon.
Right? Fair enough. And, it's got animals in the title, so it's close enough. A man caught in the middle of 2 robberies at the same bank at the same time tries to protect the teller he's secretly in love with. Halo Kitty zagging from Pete's zig. Kit's BFF, what are you thinking here?
I think it's the bank robbery too.
Thinking it's the bank robbery as well. Fair enough. Have you? Is this like you finally learned your lesson and you're gonna go with Pete or Halo Kitty, one or the other? And Pete didn't sound as confident, or what? Or is that?
Well, I was hoping, because I need to catch at least one of them, or so I was hoping to be able to zig again, but I think that was that's what I'm going with.
Well, there you go. Let's see if that could work. Could work. Herb alert over here to you. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I need an extra resource here where I'd like to call in Hunter. If that's
Call in
possible.
Hunter?
Hunter. What's your favorite number between 1 and 8? I can't hear. You're on mute, Pete.
6.
6. That's what I was thinking. Thank you.
Going with number 6. Sue was a handsome, successful businessman leading a life in the fast lane. During a work trip, he meets Grant at a hotel bar. Fast forward months later, Sue and Grant have kept in touch and realize they love one another and need to find a way to see one another again. Herb alert, doing a phone a friend through a competitor's laptop. Unprecedented here, folks, on Word Hoax Live. That was a first. I've never seen it before. The judges are telling me they will accept that answer. So number 6 for Herb alert. Let's see if that pays off. Squidward, over here to you. Do you have any similar tricks up your sleeve?
Well, so I'm thinking flypaper. Just it's single, one word. It kind of gives off sort of like kind of film noir-y kind of vibes when it hits the ear. So it gives me number 4 vibes. I think the banned movie in China between the nationalistic and communist forces.
Interesting. An incisive analysis here of Flypaper being a dark, gritty sort of noir type subject matter, which could match up with a 2017 historical documentary banned in China detailing a decade-long Chinese civil war between 1927 and 1937 between the nationalist and communist forces jockeying for control over Taiwan. I like that. I like that reasoning, and we'll just have to see. We only have 2 more people to guess, and one of them is Baggins. What are you thinking here?
Whoever wrote 5, if it's not 5, whoever wrote 5 is a genius.
A teen tries to win the paper airplane world championship to save his family's house. A genius level movie plot, according to Baggins. Let's write that treatment up if it's not, and if it is real, let's rent that on the next movie night. Let's see. Only one more entity, I guess, to guess, and that here is Alphabot saying,
I'm going to go with the sequel to the classic movie starring Jeff Goldblum, The Fly. Flypaper follows the story of a young man turned housefly and his desperate attempts to escape the horrors of his suburban home, riddled with fly traps set out by none other than his own mother. Because I liked the original movie and this is the sequel.
There you go. A little inside knowledge from Alphabot, having seen the sequel apparently to The Fly. This is Flypaper, the story of a young man turned housefly and riddled in a house riddled with fly traps set out by his own mom. Gritty stuff. Talk about a film noir. So let's submit these guesses, see what we can see. Pete getting an honorable mention here. The Russian government officials are caught in a corruption scandal which threatens to start a nuclear war. Too close to home. I mean, come on. That's yeesh. Alphabot also getting an honorable mention. A man is convinced that the flypaper he keeps in his home is causing his flypaper to go uneaten. With the help of his wife, he must take a closer look at the flypaper and see if it is the real culprit. Just a little too nonsensical, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. We got some votes for folks. Kit's BFF getting a vote from Baggins for this masterstroke. A teen tries to win the paper airplane world championship to save his family's house. Start writing up that treatment. We've got a producer lined up for you. Halo Kitty getting a vote from Pete with A Package Thief gets more than he bargained for in this short film.
Ouch.
Winner of the Best Animated Short at the 1994 Tribeca Film Festival. Meanwhile, Baggins getting Squidward's vote with a 2017 historical documentary banned in China detailing the decade-long Chinese Civil War between 1927 and 1937 between the nationalist and communist forces jockeying for control over Taiwan. Meanwhile, Squidward getting a vote from Alphabet, the sequel to the classic movie starring Jeff Goldblum, The Fly. The Fly paper follows the story of a young man turned housefly in his desperate attempts to escape the horrors of his suburban home, riddled with fly traps set out by none other than his own mother. Meanwhile, Herb Alert getting a vote from Herb Alert for Sue was a handsome, successful businessman leading a life in the fast lane. During a work trip, he meets Grant at a hotel bar. Fast forward months later, Sue and Grant have kept in touch. They realize they love one another and need to find a way to see each other again. Coy move. No one followed you. That's too bad. The real definition voted on by Halo Kitty and Kit's BFF. A man caught in the middle of two robberies at the same bank at the same time tries to protect the teller he's secretly in love with. So let's take a look here at this trailer and see if that's
Thanks
the
for choosing
case.
Credit International. How may I help you?
Change for 100.
Absolutely. Is there anything else I can do for you today, sir?
You're about to be robbed.
Huh?
That's a robbery! Hey, what do you think you're doing here? What's it look like, man? We're robbing the bank.
You're here for the vaults, right? You guys said something about the ATM?
Maybe.
So then what's the problem?
Are you seriously suggesting that we rob the same bank?
Yeah. Why not?
This guy's nuts.
All right, this bank opens at 5 a.m. By that time, my colleagues and I will be long gone.
You will not try to escape. You will not make noise.
This is the most pathetic group of hostages I've ever seen.
Already we're behind schedule. Our number 3 guy, Lancelot, is a psycho. We got 2 hillbillies in the lobby playing with weapons-grade plastic explosives.
How many banks have you robbed?
Like dozens.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for a way out.
Did you not hear the part where they said they would kill us?
Oh my God, you like me?
I do not like you. Oh my God, I don't like you.
I really didn't think I had a shot.
It's like extra sad when a hot chick dies. When an ugly chick dies, their life probably sucked anyway, so it's no big deal.
Somebody murdered her, and they're gonna kill again soon.
Did you murder the hot chick?
No, we didn't. And I suppose you wankers didn't either, right?
Nope.
What is happening?
There's only one possibility. This is not a bank robbery. This is an organized ambush.
Oh, come on. If they want to kill us, we kill them first.
Cool plan. We're never gonna get out of this bank alive. What? 8,000 things going on in my mind right now, and I have to think about the kids too? Are you kidding me?
Please don't kill me on the toilet.
You know, I just got my little girl some braces. $9 grand a pop. No. And they call us criminals. We should have been dentists.
The dentist. Come on. So there you have it. That was Fly Paper. All right, let's reveal. Let's reveal
That
the
was
results.
terrible. I just want to say that was terrible. That movie.
Yeah.
There's some really great names in there. I love Jeffrey Tambor.
I mean, it was a star-studded cast. It had that guy from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? He's good in the stuff.
From Blake Nelson.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I would have to see. I bet it's one of those ones where, if you've got nothing to do, it's fine. All right, look at this. Halo Kitty with a 2-point round, hopping over Pete. And that's why Pete was worried, isn't it? 5 points for Halo Kitty, 4 points for Pete, 4 points for Kit's BFF, which I believe Kit's BFF wins the tiebreaker for Pete. So Pete falling from first to third. Tough round. Herb Alert, Squidward, Baggins all getting 2 points, beating out Alphabet at the bottom with 7, or at 7th place rather with 1. So wow, what a round! What a game! Let's see here if I close this. Now the main question is, will the podium match Kit's BFF in third, Pete in second, and Halo Kitty here in first? Congratulations, Halo Kitty. Vim Vam, not the circular bend in the safety pin. That really set it off for you here this round tonight. Where did that come from? The bend in the safety pin.
Just looking around, looking at the things I see. Making up words.
Drawn some inspiration. I believe this is your second win in a row. Is that not correct?
That is correct. Returning 2 now.
Wow. Back
Ready
to
for
back
next week.
champion. Are you gonna let it get to your head? Or is there
Oh,
anything?
absolutely. It's already gotten to my head.
it's already gotten to your head. Is there anything you're gonna do in particular to stay sharp and stay humble in between this week and next week?
Stay humble, not a chance. Stay sharp. I'm gonna just keep striving.
Do you like a paper clip? Sure.
That's right. Sharp like a paperclip.
Herb Alert showing why he's not on the podium. Sharp like a paperclip there. Pete, Vim Vam, slow cooking meats in a sous vide style used in the Middle East. Where did that come from? Have you had that before?
I've had sous vide. I had no idea what Vim Vam was, however. So, top of mind, just write something down. Pray that Halo Kitty guesses it. That's the only hope you've got.
That's right. And, if you had guessed along with Halo Kitty I guess that's why you wanted her to guess first, because this was the one round. The last round was the one you didn't get the right answer, and she did get the right answer.
That's correct.
And that one thin point separating you. Meanwhile, Kit's BFF, technically in second place, I would guess, because of that tiebreaker, although that might not actually be the tiebreaker, looking at the podium. Close but no cigar. How are you feeling here tonight? You did have a great definition here with the furniture making style. Just close but no cigar.
Yeah, lesson learned the hard way. In the first round, you got to go with your gut, because not only did I not get that point, I picked Halo Kitty's definitions. That was a 2-point swing.
So. Wow, look at that. And that just goes to show, it's a game of words. I could go into the whole speech, but actually I like to save that for the third round, my Al Pacino impression. But yeah, it's letter by letter, inch by inch, until we're finished. So anyways, let's see. That wraps up another round of Word Hoax here in Milford, Delaware. We will be back next week. So remember, I don't read that part anymore. So until next time, if you're not joking, cloaking, or master stroking, you're probably not word hoaxing. So we'll see you back here next week. Same time, same place for a different hoax. Bon voyage.